It is with great pleasure that I receive today at WPO World Pack Talk Show, Huda Nassali, General Secretary of IPPU, Institute of Packaging Professionals Uganda, a new WPO member. My name is Lilian Benzi, WPO Press and Communication Officer, and together we will understand more about the packaging industry in Uganda. But first, let's have in mind that we will explore a country with a geographical significance, cultural richness, and a very important role in East Africa. So welcome, Hudad.
Thank you for hosting me today.
It's really a pleasure for us. So let's proceed with our first question. Hudad, when IPPU was created, and what were the main drivers to this creation?
IPPU was created after a meeting that we had with the government, between the government of Uganda under the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, with the African Packaging Organization. And this is an organization that brings together institutes like IPPU in Africa. So after that meeting, we went ahead to formalize IPPU. And the main objective was to promote Uganda as the desirable packaging hub for the African Continental Free Trade Area. And that was the key driving factor for starting up IPPU. But other than that, we have other objectives like professionalizing the packaging sector and trying to maximize all trade opportunities by utilizing packaging as a tool to maximize trade. We established IPPU on the 6th of December, 2023. Yeah, 6th December, 2023. And currently, as I speak, we are members of the WPO, we are members of APO, and we are steadily growing.
What are the main activities of IPPU today? Are you doing courses? Are you doing training? What kind of services do you offer?
Currently, as IPPU, we have managed to do advocacy works for the people in the packaging sector in Uganda. Previously, there was nobody bringing together players in the packaging sector. So IPPU is the first of its kind in Uganda. We also offer, apart from advocating for very conducive environment for people in the packaging sector, we are also helping the people who are starting out, like people who are interested in the design, product design, graphic designing, prototyping, students who are interested sector with capacity. We are still lacking because most of the experts that we have in the packaging sector in Uganda do not have international certification. So right now we are trying to make sure that we can have some of the members of IPPU do the CPP course so that we have more certified people carrying out the capacity building, and we are also believing that WPO will be able to help us in regards to our capacity building so that we are able to, reach all the stakeholders in the packaging sector with the right information and empower people who are in the packaging sector with the right information. So currently, it's more advocacy for conducive environment for all the players in the packaging sector, onboarding more players in the packaging sector who are very sensitive to sustainability, and also looking out for places where we can be able to build our capacity in terms of education, so that we are able to bridge the gap between the people who want packaging that is biodegradable, that is friendly to the environment, and also bridging the gap, the information gap between the people who are producing and what kind of packaging that is suitable for their produce, so that people pack with knowledge on an informed point of view than packing, using packaging that is on the market, because they are ignorant. They do not know which packaging is to be used, which packaging is suitable. So in this this is what we are doing, and it's still a work in progress. And we believe that with our new entrant to WPO, we can be able to achieve this.
Okay, and what is the current situation of the packaging industry in Uganda, Hudad? Do you have many companies? Do you have packaging converters, producers in Uganda?
Yes, we do. Currently in Uganda, we have about 20 factories that are doing packaging, 5 converting paper-based packaging. We have those that are doing plastic-based packagings like cans. We have those who are doing metallic packaging. We have those who are doing glass packaging. But these other sectors, glass and metallic, are still on low scale. But the market of packaging is predominantly paper converters and plastic converters. So we believe that it will only get better now that we have a global perspective, which we believe to achieve through WPO being part of a bigger body. Currently, that is the status that we have. We do have also people who are doing converting, but not choosing automation, like someone who folds using hand cutting. We do have people who can hand cut boxes to any shape. We have people who mold. So yeah, that's basically it.
And do you also have raw material companies like a petrochemical supplying the resins or the paper or something like this? Or do you import the raw material for packaging?
Most of the raw material, especially virgin paper, is imported from Europe. But we do have recycling facilities in Uganda, small scale recycling facilities in Uganda. So, and there is how do they call it? Like an incentive to people who are manufacturing recycled paper in Uganda, making it very difficult to import recycled paper because they are protected by the taxing, the taxing bodies. If you're importing recycled paper, it will cost you a lot more than if you're producing the paper from Uganda. So we do have people who are trying to recycle paper, and the virgin paper is imported from Europe.
Okay. And what are the main challenges that you have, that the packaging industry has in Uganda?
We have, like I've told you, that the packaging sector in Uganda is still a growing one. The protection policy that government puts on importation of paper makes it unfavorable for people who want to import specialized paper. For example, if I want to manufacture coated boxes, it is almost impossible for me to import coated paper because of the prices of the taxes that will be charged on that paper. So we have the challenge of lack of raw material for desired packaging, for the packaging raw material because of the high taxes. Then we also have capacity building gap, like information. We lack information on the right type of material to use, especially when packing food grade foods. Okay, the material to use. We need to build our capacity in regards to what materials are best for specific items. We don't have that capacity as yet. Then we also have an issue with policy, how people in policymakers do not understand packaging as a business. So they end up like inflating taxes on like inks, which are imported into the country, even if we currently don't have anyone producing inks in the country. then there is also a very big information gap between the users and the manufacturers. So the users do not know where to get the packaging from. So they end up importing, even when we have the capacity, when we have the produce here in the country. Then there is also lack of technical people who can produce packaging in the country, and the infrastructure is also still low. Like our roads, the road network is not so good. So accessibility to the manufacturers, then the users of the packaging themselves, there is a gap between the users and the manufacturers. People don't know where to source, so they end up going to Europe to source for packaging that also exists currently in the country. So there is a very big information gap, and also some infrastructure hindrances and lack of technical people and experts in the packaging sector. We don't have, like, for example, I would want to build my knowledge base in packaging, so that I am able to, if I'm talking to probably SMEs in Uganda, I'm able to advise in regards to what quality of packaging is accepted on the global market, because that affects our export market if the products get there and they're in collapsing boxes because of information. A person just got the wrong packaging and they, packed badly. So I would want to, there is that lack of, I don't know how to call it, but there is a gap between the users and the manufacturers, and also information of what is fit for purpose, what packaging is fit for what purpose. Yeah, that's what I can say.
And do you also face this problem with machinery? Do you work with imported machinery as well?
Absolutely. All the machines that are here in regards to packaging is all imported. Personally, I am a manufacturer of boxes, corrugated boxes. I convert paper into boxes, but I don't have anything made from Uganda. Everything was imported. So yes, we rely on importing every kind of machinery.
But do you think there is the capacity, there is the potential to begin producing these things instead of importing, producing locally? Is there this capacity, this desire to produce locally?
Like I said, we lack the technical people in that sector, people who can be able to design, to prototype, to develop a product from scratch that is going to be functional for that purpose of converting raw material into a finished packaging product. So maybe in the future, currently it's not there, but maybe in the future as we move on, we'll get there. Currently, we don't have that capacity yet, but maybe in the future, when we have maybe investors who are interested in investing and developing capacity of the locals to be able to produce that kind of machines here, then that will be possible.
Okay, all right. And Huda, how do you think being part of a global packaging community like WPO is important, not only to IPPU, but also to the packaging industry in Uganda? What is the importance of being part of this global packaging community?
I believe whatever benefits IPPU has trickles down to all the players in the packaging sector, because they all belong to IPPU currently. And the vision that we have is to position Uganda as the most desirable packaging hub when it comes to the African Continental Free Trade Area. We noticed that other African countries have moved quite ahead of us. Like when you look at Kenya, it's more developed in the packaging sector than we are currently. And we believe being part of WPO is going to give us the kind of exposure that we need.
So Huda, thanks a lot for the great information you shared with us today. But I would invite you to leave a final message to WPO members and to the global packaging community. Send us a message to incentive and to show all the potential of Uganda in the packaging field.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, for bringing Uganda to the world in regards to packaging. And we are very honored as the Institute of Packaging Partners of Uganda to be part of this talk show. And we cannot wait to network with all the players in the packaging sector globally, and to make sure that the packaging we are producing all around the world is that which is fit for human consumption, for the good for the planet, good for the people, and good for our products as well. Thank you so much, WPO, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Huda.